Welcome back to another edition of Timoteo TV Week 8 preview. Final week of the regular season. It's hard to believe that this season is done already almost. That's crazy. But a lot of playoff positions are set, but there's still 3 teams fighting for that 8th seed, so a lot's on the line. It's going to be some great games. But before we get into that, as usual, got my man here, Buddy Martinez, coach of the Packers. Got our, I think only our second time our player is on the show, Burlacher from the Panthers. And then we got Chris, coach of the Panthers also. So we got 2 Panthers on the boy, a little biased, but Buddy will try and balance it out. But as I said, some great games coming up, and it's going to start off right at 3 o'clock. In this first game, Ravens versus Lions, it could seal up the playoffs right away at 3 o'clock spot. Ravens 3-4, Lions 1-6. Lions just playing for pride, something to build on into that next season. Ravens, team we really thought was going to come in strong and really dominate. They're playing, I mean, it's in their hands still, but they're playing for that last spot. Chris, what's going to go down?
Yeah, so Ravens, please do me a favor and win this game, because then we will have a headache if you lose. If you win, you're in. It's in your hands. You're playing against the Lions. You'll have a 4 wins. If they win, I think this will be the first time where we've had every single team in the playoffs with at least a 500 record, with 4 wins or more. Usually we have somebody with 3 wins get in. That's how great this league has become, how tight the competition has become, and it's the Ravens have the chance to do it. Now the Lions, on the other hand, did you see them last week? They were bullied by Christian and the Packers. Pushed around and all that stuff, but you know what? They had a smile on their face, and they made me realize, you know what? It's more football than winning. They showed it's just a gift to play football, and they're bringing it back the right perspective to Timoteo world. That, you know what? Just to play football is good enough and worth a smile. You know what I mean? So good job, Lions. But Lions this week, I don't think they have enough to win. I think the Ravens, they have to win. They could potentially get bounced. And we'll talk about that in a minute, and not even make the playoffs if they lose. So this is a must-win at 3 o'clock. I think the Ravens make the playoffs, beat the Lions 33-20.
All right, Burlacher, you see it the same way?
Well, the Ravens started off good in the beginning, but it's the end. They still acting a little weird, but the Lions give George the ball, and the Lions will win. I have the Lions winning 18-17.
Ooh, 18-17. That's an interesting score. Buddy.
Burlacher, are you still on vacation? All right, listen. The Lions on the hats off to the Lions too. I mean, we played them a real good game. I mean, we ran the score up a little bit on them. But I mean, this team doesn't quit. They show heart. They never give up. I'm gonna have to swallow some pride here. I said George wasn't gonna get any catches. And he torched us for 6. So it seems like when they give George the ball, they're able to move down the field. I mean, I had the whole defense sit around trying to stop him. I don't think it can happen. If we can't do it, I don't think no one can shut George down. Yeah. All right, Ravens on the other hand. Ravens have allowed 43 points a game in their last 5 games. They're 1-4, all right, in those games. They're playing with no heart, you know what I mean? They're a team full of potential, but potential doesn't win games, all right? Now, I'm not counting the Ravens out. Last year they had their backs against the wall. They backed into the playoffs, and they did some damage. So now, can they turn it around? Can they get it all together? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if everyone plays as hard as John and Rich, I think they have the chance to kind of come back. But lucky for them, they play the Lions, a team that just they play hard but just not fundamentally sound yet. So I got them winning this game, and I got them possibly turning their season around, getting into the playoffs, winning this game 36-27.
All right. So 2 for the Ravens that are getting in. And as I said earlier, it's all in their hands. Before we go on to the next game real quick, I want to give a shout out to Fred. Fred couldn't make it, so if you notice a little thing different here about Timoteo TV, I had to use a little different camera and stuff. But that's not going to hold us back. We're going to still make this happen, so that's why we're here. So just had to put that in there. Of the 3 o'clock game, Cowboys versus Raiders. Cowboys need a little help, but they still got chances. Even at 2-5, they still have a chance of getting into the playoffs. But they got to play a tough Raiders team at 6-1. Team that, I mean, only 1 loss first week of the season. Solid team. So, Chris, Cowboys got a chance?
Yeah, this is interesting. The Cowboys and the Cardinals could sneak into that 8th spot. If the Cowboys win and the Ravens lose, the Cowboys get in. If the Ravens lose, Cowboys win and the Cardinals win, then it's a three-way tie and we'll go to power rankings. So there's a lot on the line in this first one. Now the Cardinals will know whether or not they need to win by then. If the Ravens win, they're in, without a doubt. But if Ravens lose and Cowboys win, and they play at the same time, so they'll have to come in hard, it's going to be one heck of a game. If the boys need to play one game this year, this is the game they need to show up. If they can show up, knock off the Raiders, then they have a chance of sneaking in if the Ravens find a way to lose to the Lions. Highly doubtful. The Raiders, I think the Raiders are just too good. I think they pretty much have a lot. No matter what, they cannot get the first seed because they were beaten by the Packers. But the Raiders, I think, will win, have no problem. They're going to end this season 7-1. I mean, there'll be some quality components. I think they're going to beat their boys, and the Cowboy curse continues. There's a poll online. If you want to change the name of the Cowboys, put your input online. We'll see what we can do. All right, the Raiders, 27. The boys, 12.
Woo, big
Going
win for the
home,
Raiders.
boys.
All right, that end their season. You agree with your coach here? You're going to go against him again?
I have to agree. Cowboys are a little weird also. But matter of fact, they're just booty cheeks. But the Raiders, they have a bunny on their team, and his name is Lou. Nobody can jump with this kid. Not even my 6'7" grandma. She on the wheelchair. Well, I have Raiders winning this game 36-12.
36-12. Buddy, there's going to be a sweep here, and you got the Cowboys pulling it out.
What is booty cheeks? I don't even know what that is. All right, but anyway, while I'm trying to figure this all out, and your grandma's 6'7", wow. Listen, all right. Yeah. Wow. All right, so I'm just trying to picture you, 6'7", grandma looking kind of like you. But anyway, the Cowboys, they're on a 4-game slide. All right. They're the biggest disappointment this year. I think that's safe to say. They're probably eliminated from the playoffs, not mathematically, but I don't know if it's going to work in their favor for them to get in. They need a lot to happen. All right. And I think they should finish this game out strong for their coach. You know, they let their coach down, they let themselves down this year, and I think this is their championship. Usually they're in it in the playoffs, they have more to play for, but this is it. This is where they can make a statement, is against the Raiders, who are right now the second hottest team in the league. All right, if the Cowboys can get together and play Cowboy ball, or maybe play Redskin ball, maybe then, you know what I mean, they can finish out with a good note, because a lot of their players are returning next year. So can they turn it around? I mean, they're done, but this is it. Prove yourself against the Raiders. Now, on the Raiders, on the other hand, like I said, they're hot. They're caliente. They're sizzling. All right, Burlager? Listen, they're only giving up 14 points a game this season. All right, their best defense in the league only allowed 103 points up to this point. All right. Now, Josh has been playing amazing. He scored 8 touchdown passes last week, so he just continues to improve. And I mean, Ricky, he does not look like a football player, but somehow he has 9 touchdowns. And if you guys don't know who Ricky is, he's the homeless-looking guy on the Raiders, plays corner, the big beard, all right? Really intelligent guy. I mean, somehow they're getting interceptions and stuff. I guess people are underestimating him. But the Raiders, I got them winning 38-25, but I told my man Josh that I throw his score out there too. Josh is so confident in putting the grave site here for the Cowboys and burying them. Wow. He said that to make sure that they change their name next year, they're going to beat them 60-2. And the only points they're going to let them score is a safety that he's going to let them get at the end of the game. He said that's it. He's going to do them a favor, give them the 2 points.
Well, that's kind of that's kind of yeah. But yeah, as you were saying, those Cowboys. I mean, even if they could win, you know, make a statement, they don't get in. I know a lot of teams, you know, if they make a statement against these Raiders, a lot of teams be happy that they don't have to face them in the playoffs. So, yeah, there's some pride out there. Last game of this segment, 4:30, 49ers, Eagles. Both teams 4-3. 49ers just been up and down all season, but the Eagles right now are just exponentially getting better, it seems like, each week. But the 49ers seem to kind of play to the level of their competition. And so this could be a really, really good game. Chris.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, 49ers, they squeaked out a win last week against the Cardinals. If they would have lost that game, we very well could be talking about them not even making the playoffs. And now, because they actually lost the tiebreaker to the Colts, which is interesting, because if the Colts win and are 5-3, and the Niners win and are 5-3, the Colts would actually be a higher seed than the Colts. So I'm looking at the 49ers probably being around a 5th or 6th seed, depending on what happens. That's probably where they're going to be at. Now, the Eagles, on the other hand, they could be anywhere from a 3rd seed to a 7th seed, depending on who wins, who loses. I mean, it's such a high variety. But I think these two teams are going to go at each other, has a good matchup. But the Eagles are flying high right now. I hate to see the Eagles. The Eagles, I think, are going to overcome the 49ers. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think the Eagles are going to come out 32-26.
All right, Burlacker, 1-on-1 with your coach here. You want to go with him again?
Eagles.
All right.
Leroy. 1, 2. Freddie's coming for you. 49ers going to win 37-28.
Woo. All right, Leroy. Challenge been set. Buddy.
Well, yeah, in this game, I mean, Freddie, I mean, just let's give him a round of applause. I mean, he broke the sack record beating Brandon. He now has 25 sacks in the season, breaking Brandon's old record. David, all right, he has 182 catches. All right, he needs 3 more to tie Misael's all-time record for the break. So watch out for that. His 4th catch could be the one that kind of breaks it, and I thought that record wouldn't be touched. All right, also, with the 49ers, I mean, yeah, they beat the bad teams. All right, but then, I mean, the only teams they've won against this year are the Jets, are the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and the Vikings. They haven't beat a contender. Right now, the Eagles are a contender. This is the opportunity for Felix to get it together and his team and rally and beat a good team. All right, if you can't beat these good teams, you're going to be 1 and done in the playoff. So this is going to be your test. All right, now the Eagles. Leroy. I mean, Leroy, you said Freddie's coming to get him. Leroy has been taking salsa classes, all right, and he's been learning how to avoid the rushers here. All right, so if you notice, when the rushers come, he's got a little hip action this year, and it's been helping him out. All right, the Eagles, I mean, Leroy, he has 40 touchdown passes, 37 touchdown passes right now. All he's worried about is getting a record. I don't even think he's worried about beating the 49ers. He said, you know, he needs 7 touchdown passes to tie, 8 to break Eric's record from last year. All right, Jalil has 16 touchdown passes, touchdown catches, and he needs 17 to tie, 18 to break. All right, so now for the Eagles and the 49ers, it's going to be a record-filled day for them. But for Leroy, I mean, for him in order to get this, he's going to have to be chucking it down the field a lot. So, I mean, I just think that, you know, they're worried more about the record over there. This is probably a game that they kind of slip and slide here. And even though they got freak nasty over there, Jalil, I got the 49ers finally beating their contender in a close one, 27-26. I think Leroy's going to throw too many interceptions.
And that probably going to be the game of the day right there. So that's going to be a battle. But thanks for joining us. Come back for the second segment. See you in a little bit.